Almost 20% of Americans have some degree of hearing loss. While some cases stem from genetics or age, a majority of ear damage comes from environmental factors that are often preventable. Before we take a look at some hearing loss culprits, let's take a short look at what it means for something to be too loud. The intensity of a sound is measured in decibels and can range from 0, which is absolute silence, to 194, which means certain death. Prolonged exposure to anything over 85 decibels can lead to gradual and ultimately permanent hearing loss, and that's why this problem can be so hard to take seriously. Damage to your ears rarely occurs instantly. Instead, it's a process so slow that you might not even realize it's happening until there's nothing you can do about it. However, the first step in preventing hearing loss is recognizing the things that can cause it. So here's a look at 5 everyday sounds that might be hurting your ears more than you realize. Number 1. Heavy traffic. Now here's another reason to hate your daily commute. From angry drivers laying on their car horns to the rumble of engines, there are a surprising number of ways that heavy traffic can contribute to hearing loss. To reduce your risk of traffic-based hearing loss, do your best to avoid driving in high-volume times like rush hour whenever possible. Number 2. Busy restaurants. Between chattering patrons, clanking silverware, and the insufferable music being pumped in, the volume levels in a restaurant can reach a roar without much effort. While one night out at a popular establishment isn't going to leave you hard of hearing, damage to your ears can accumulate over time if you frequent places like this. Number 3. Music. If you're like most people, music plays a big part of your day, and that usually translates into lots of time wearing headphones. While these nifty devices are great at keeping your musical tastes private, they're not always great when it comes to keeping your ears healthy. If you can't imagine life without your headphones but don't want to hurt your ears, use this rule of thumb. Keep the volume low enough that you can still hear some sounds occurring around you. Number 4. Train horns. If you ever lived remotely near any train tracks, you know how annoying it can be to hear the wail of a train horn at 2 in the morning. However, these late night interruptions could be doing more than stealing your sleep. They could be hurting your ears too. While there are decibel regulations for train horns in the United States, these limits have to be tempered with the need for safety. So the next time you're stopped at the train tracks, don't feel ashamed to plug your ears as it passes. Number 5. Lawnmowers. Whether you're a full-blown lawn care fanatic or simply trying to keep the neighbors off your back, chances are you spend a decent amount of time on the lawnmower during the spring and summer months. You obviously don't want to skip mowing altogether and let your front yard turn into a jungle, so bring a pair of earplugs when it's time to crank up. And there you have it. If you want to keep your ears happy and damage-free, avoid these sounds whenever possible. For more health news and information, be sure to subscribe to the A Lot Health newsletter, and until next time, here's to your health.